Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and tonight I'm joined by Derek.
Hello.
We're back for some more Sarah Michelle Gellar on All My Children, 1993. Today we're going to be discussing what happened in clips we watched from August 2nd to August 16th, 1993. So I'll roll the credits and we'll get right into it. So this seemed more contained to like one story, I guess, or
Yeah.
subject, which is
Mhm.
Bianca. But we picked up with Erica's kind of feeling like cold towards Kendall
Mhm.
and kind of feeling like maybe she should move out,
Mhm. Yeah.
and that even though she knows it's her daughter, she doesn't feel all these like lovey tingly feelings towards her.
Right. But it is really soon. Like they
It
just
is, it is. I've felt that way with family members that I don't know, and they're like, "I love you," and I'm like, "Oh, that's yeah."
Mhm.
I just Is that you? Are you sure? So I kind of get that. um, and Kendall does her emotional dramatics of like, I guess I'll just go. You never wanted me in your life anyway.
Yeah. Face.
um, was her buying Kendall the wardrobe before that or after that? Was like that
It
like
was
her trying
before
to make
that, and
money?
then they got into the argument.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
she bought Kendall a bunch of business suits. And I laughed because she's like, I got you beige. You wear a lot of beige.
Yeah.
And this okay, so this is how the fight started. Because Kendall got all like you're trying to dress me all like a secretary. She's like somebody that you look down upon.
Yeah.
So that's how it kind of spiraled into maybe you should move out.
Yeah.
But then Bianca calls or she calls Travis.
Bianca calls Erica.
Bianca calls Erica.
Yeah.
And she's kind of down in the dumps because she misses her. And now Erica's like, come here, come be a good big sister and talk to her.
Well, at that point they made up.
Did they?
Yeah.
And then Erica's literally there, like whispering for her to say like what she was saying. Like she thought of nothing on her own. She's like, say
No.
this now, say this. I got a kick out of that.
Uh-huh.
Um, she apologizes for making her feel like she didn't like her.
Yeah.
Um, and says maybe they could hang out and do things together when she comes home. And then she like hangs up on her, but Erica doesn't know that.
Yeah. She's like, well, what did she say? It was something like, all right, I'll tell you said so. Bye.
Yeah. But then she like calls her back and is like, "Oh, like there was a lot going on. Sorry, I had to hang up." So anyway, like I was saying, Erica's like really down in the dumps because you're not here. She's like depressed. Like honestly, like you should probably come home. And she's like, "But Daddy won't let me." And she's like, "Well, like if you were really Erica King's daughter, you would like run away and like find a way to get here." And she's like, "But I don't know how to do that. I don't have money." She's like, "Well, Erica Kane's daughter would just like steal money out of her parents' like purse and like buy a bus ticket to get." Like she's like coaching her.
Oh yeah. Once Bianca lost.
So Bianca runs away, going with Kendall's plan.
Mhm,
And Travis calls frantic because she's missing.
mhm,
And of course, now Erica's scared and, lashing out
mhm.
and all about Bianca. And I guess Kendall felt a little bit guilty because she kind of mumbled, "This is all my fault," which both Erica and her mother heard.
Yeah.
And um, at some point, Erica's even like, "Don't be. This is Travis's fault. This is not your fault." And while she's like worrying and there's phone calls happening, she actually grabs Kendall's hand and like holds it. So it's like
Yeah. Mhm.
There's these like little like affectionate moments.
Mhm.
Um, Kendall ends up whitewashing what she told Bianca to kind of cover her ass when Bianca says, "But Kendall told me." And Erica lashes out at her. Um, and then it becomes this whole maybe I should move out again.
Mhm.
She runs off and then she comes back and she's more calm. And she's basically like, "You never really wanted me here. I just dredge up memories of the past. So I'm gonna go." Um,
Mhm.
oh, Rewinding to the first fight, there was something I thought was funny. She was when she was like, "Where will I go? I have nowhere to go." She's like, "You have loving parents that raise you. You can go with them." She's like, "I'll pay for school, of course." And I was
You wanna go to college,
like, "I'll take on all financial responsibility for you,
right?
but you can't live here anymore."
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Um, so yeah, so going back to she should leave again. Erica, I guess, has calmed down. It's very choppy because we're only seeing Kendall's side.
Mhm.
There's a lot of conversations that I notice start with her and Dimitri, and then they get cut.
Mhm.
um, Dimitri at one point is comforting Kendall because she's upset because she thinks that Erica hates her. Um, because well, she's just a reminder of what happened to her. Um, is this the first time Erica said Kendall's father's name? Because in one of
Yes.
the conversations she was having with Dimitri, she's like, "I don't hate Kendall, I hate," and then she said, "I forgot the guy's name."
Richard Fields.
Yeah, Richard Fields. And when she said that, I was like, it cut, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if that's her father." And
Mhm.
then later, when Kendall was watching movies, and it looked like a soap opera, honestly.
Yeah, it didn't look like a movie.
I didn't know Erica's father made movies.
Yeah, I guess he did.
Do you know do you know like her history? Because I always thought that Erica was like a poor girl that wanted to make it big.
I know she lived well, she grew up with her dad out west, and then she moved to Pine Valley with her mom, and they got divorced.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I always thought she was a poor girl that wanted to be famous, and then she did what she
Well,
had to do to
she's
make.
I think her dad's a pretty successful producer, so
Oh,
like
so then, like, was the ending of the broadcast All My Children pretty much full circle? Because it was, like, her going back to Hollywood, like, to be famous?
probably, yeah. I feel like it was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, hmm. Um, yeah, so he made films,
Mhm.
and the minute they started focusing on this older guy in the film, I was like, "Oh, that's her father." Like, I could just see it heading in that direction.
Yeah.
And then when, Erica walked in and she's like, "Oh, I'm watching one of my grandfather's films." She's like, "Oh, which one?" And she names it, and she's like, "Oh, I don't think I've heard of that one. Who's in it?" And then she's like, "Oh, they're kissing right now." And as soon as they like pulled away, Erica like freaks out, and I'm like, "Here we go."
Mhm.
And I'm surprised Kendall didn't pick up on that right away.
Yeah.
He's just like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I thought she immediately was going to be like, "Is he my father?" But it took her a minute. She got there eventually, and Erica didn't want to admit it, but she did. Um, she says she doesn't know where he is or whatever happened to him,
Mhm.
and she's basically saying, "Don't go looking for him. Don't dredge up that. Like, I don't want to see him ever again. Like, don't bring him around here."
Right.
But I already know that he's gonna be on the show, so clearly that's what Kendall's gonna do. So I've seen Mona? No, Mona's the mother, right?
Yeah.
I've seen Mona's funeral, that episode.
Mhm.
Um, and everybody seems to be mad at Kendall. She's not welcome at the funeral. Um, I'm just gonna speculate, you don't have to confirm it or deny it.
Okay.
That everybody's not talking to her because she brought her father to town. That's my speculation of what's gonna happen. That's gonna make everybody turn on her and not want her at the funeral.
There's more. But yeah.
Oh, there's more? Damn. Well, it is a year away. I guess a lot could happen in a year.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Maybe that's just like
That's just the tip of the
the tip of the
iceberg.
iceberg. Yeah. Um, so Bianca does end up showing her face, and Erica wants to have like a night alone with her. So she's like, but she doesn't want Kendall to know because then Kendall won't want to be there and she'll be jealous if she's not. So
Mhm.
she tells her to go hide in the car.
Yeah.
And she just tells Kendall that she's not feeling well. She just needs to rest. She's tired, exhausted. She's all scatterbrained. She'll call
Mhm.
Haley and whoever she
Charlie
wants for detective agency with her PI agency
in the morning,
in the
yeah.
morning to go look for Kendall. Bianca, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, and Kendall's kind of like, what's going on with her?
Mhm.
So then we see Erica having a nice night with Bianca and Kendall. Where is she? She's in a like
The hunting lodge.
the hunting lodge. I guess that's on the grounds.
Yeah.
Um, and we see Kendall in the window seeing them together.
Mhm.
Um, Kendall calls Dimitri and she tells him because he went to Seattle to try and look for Bianca,
Mhm.
and she tells him that um, Bianca's there, and he's like, "Well, why didn't Erica call me?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know." She's like, "Don't tell her that I told you because that's just gonna make her get mad at me." And he's like, "I won't say that." Like he protects her. He says, "I won't tell her that you told me."
Yeah.
So, um, so rewinding, Jack was there and he was on the ground, and we saw Kendall see him
Mhm.
doing something, but I'm not sure what he was doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what he was doing?
I do. You're talking about Jack, right?
Jack, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Jack, and Laurel were hiding a body on Wildland because Laurel had just killed her ex-husband, Lily's father, Lily
Oh,
Michelle Trachtenberg, because he came to visit her, and he's abusive, and that's why she got away from him, and he tried to kill her, so she killed him in self-defense.
oh,
But, Jackson and, Laurel have just buried the body on Wildman, and that will come into play later as well with Kendall. So it's important to know that.
yeah. Laurel. Um, was she in the car with?
Yes. Yeah,
So
that's
she
Laurel.
survived, but the other one didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm like, I know that name, and I was like trying to like, because I didn't know if we watched that separate from this.
We watched
That
she's in
was
the
the
wedding
wedding, right?
episode. She's in the wedding episode.
Okay.
Well, she was in the flashback. She wasn't actually in it, but she's the one
Yeah.
that Natalie was talking about. Or Natalie and Trevor
Okay.
were talking about.
Right. Okay. We're all over the place. I'm like, what timeline am
Yeah.
I in? But yeah, that's pretty much how it ended. Was with it ended actually with Kendall having a fantasy about Dimitri.
Yeah.
So that's happening now.
Yeah. It's
I wonder how long till she acts on it.
we'll see.
That could also be why she's not invited to the funeral.
There's so many reasons. I don't even know where to start. All right. Well, there was a scene they cut out that I remembered. Bianca bought the bus ticket, and she's on a bus with a lot of strange characters. So
Oh.
and there's like a lady, a weird lady, like, "Aren't you too young to be going on a bus?" She goes, "No, I do it all the time." But Bianca's clearly scared. Also, the flashbacks where Susan Lucci plays a 14-year-old, and then the night of the rape, I was like, "What is going on?"
Okay, I literally was like, "Are they gonna have Susan Lucci being 14?"
And they did.
And, like, a new 14, like, she said she had just turned 14, so she's
It was her
technically
14th
13. She's
birthday.
13.
Yeah, she was raped on her 14th birthday, and she
Oh my
looked
god.
like she was, like, her age, 35.
Yeah.
Or
They
however.
just did, like, quick cuts and, like, they did a bang thing, I guess, to try to make her look younger.
Yeah.
I still feel like they should just had Sarah Michelle Gellar play a young Erica.
Yeah, somebody, and even why not? But, yeah, that was interesting.
Oh, I laughed because Erica had a line where she basically was saying that Kendall likes to have everybody's attention and, like, the spotlight on her or whatever, and I was just like, sounds like somebody else I know."
Right, exactly. Yeah. Wonder where she gets that from. Yeah, and then Mona also brought up that she and Myrtle purchased the condos on Willow Lake, so they are. Uh, it's not even built yet, so
Oh, is that the storyline you told me about where they
yeah. And Eric was kind of like, "Why would you buy a place without seeing it?" You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, and then Richard Fields. I guess he's coming sooner than we think, but like he made an appearance in the movie, and he was one of Eric Kane's leading man, and then
Mhm.
yeah, I forgot about some of the history with him, but
Hmm.
yeah,
I just assumed he was dead because Erica originally said he was dead when she was telling Kendall what happened.
but yeah, she probably was lying.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, Bianca's back. I wonder if she'll stay.
Yeah.
Oh, Erica mentioned the house burning down.
Uh-huh.
She was like, she said something like, "I'm not gonna have another incident where my house is burnt down again," or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh."
Mhm. Oh, Bianca.
What does Kendall call her? Binky?
Binky.
She hasn't called her that in a while.
Yeah, she will again.
I feel like she called her that when she was like taunting her.
Yeah.
We saw Edmund.
Uh-huh.
Found out that Dimitri and Edmund didn't always get along. They actually hated each other before they found out they were brothers.
Yeah, because Evan was raised and raised with him, but he was raised as I guess it was the stable hand son, I think, and not
Oh,
he was actually Dimitri's brother. Yeah,
wow.
so he hates Dimitri for that. He hated Dimitri for that, but it really wasn't Dimitri's fault. So
Hmm. He looked good. I actually had the thought, I was like, oh, he looks skinnier than he did on Falcon Crest. Like,
yeah, he's a good-looking man.
I was like, oh, no wonder, what's her name? Married him.
Eva LaRue, yeah, yeah,
I was gonna say Maria, and I'm like, that's not her name. That's the character's name.
yeah.
So speaking of all my children, like kind of in current day, Mark Consuelos just got cast in Scream 7.
He did. I saw that.
So that should be interesting.
Mhm.
For any Scream fans.
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think that's all I have. Did I miss anything you wanted to mention?
No, I think I mentioned everything. So I think the whole I forget exactly what happens with the whole Jack and Laurel burying the body on Wildman. Something does happen, and it's going to tie into that story. So
Clearly, the body's going to be found by somebody.
right, yeah. I don't remember who finds it though. It might be Kendall. It might be Bianca. I don't remember.
I feel like it's going to be Bianca. People traumatize that child.
Yeah, just traumatize her even more.
And then I'm sure there was a trial at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this batch,
Hmm.
even though it was kind of just focused on Bianca being missing. There were good scenes. I like them. Good
Yeah.
one-liners.
Yeah. The writing's really good.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, so we're halfway through August.
Hmm.
Did you said like something happens in August? Was it this or is there something else?
It's something else.
Oh, all right. Well, we still have 2
I think
weeks
it'll happen in the next batch because I saw the pictures and I was like, oh, that's it.
left. Ooh. Hmm. I'm intrigued.
It's I mean it's fun. It's not like crazy, but it's fun.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you to our subscribers for joining us for another edition of SMG on AMC. As always, you can find us on all the socials and on Patreon at Queers and Soaps. Be sure to check out Patreon because probably in the next day or so, we're going to be releasing a special watch that Derek's doing with Eric and Angel. What is it called?
The story of two sisters in a well.
It's a very long title. The story of two sisters in a well. But it's Janet and Natalie.
Yes.
Okay, and Janet's the one that's in the well, or Natalie is?
Natalie's in the well.
Natalie's in the well. All right. Well, if you're a fan of that storyline, check it out on Patreon. They're going to be watching the whole storyline, full episodes, exclusively on Patreon. Probably going to release a few weeks because it lasts for a few months, so we want to get through it. Um, and as always, we'll see you on all the other socials at Queers and Soaps. And until then, have a great night.
Good
Bye.
night.